Hi friends! In this video, I'm going to show you how to make the world's best chocolate-covered caramels. With just a little salt on top, these taste absolutely incredible. They're rich, buttery, perfectly chewy with that soft, stretchy pull. See? This right here is what makes the caramel so satisfying. And of course, the caramels are coated in a smooth layer of dark chocolate that creates the perfect balance of sweetness and richness. I'm pretty sure that all my neighbors can attest that these caramels are truly next level. They're also so easy to make, so let's get started. First, grab a small saucepan and set it over medium heat. Then combine a 1/4 cup of water, a 1/4 cup of light corn syrup, and 1½ cups of granulated sugar. Now gently stir the sugar into the water and corn syrup. Once combined, bring the mixture to a boil. Now go ahead and cover the saucepan with a lid for about a minute. Doing this will create steam, which helps wash down any sugar crystals on the sides of the pan, keeping your caramel smooth and preventing it from turning grainy. Now remove the lid and cook until the sugar reaches 320 to 325 degrees Fahrenheit. This is where the sugar fully caramelizes, giving you that deep flavor without turning bitter. Once it reaches this temperature, it should turn a light amber color. Now add 6 tablespoons of unsalted butter and 3/4 cup of heavy cream to the mixture. As you can see, I'm adding it in gradually about half at a time to keep everything smooth and prevent it from bubbling over. Now give it a good stir. Then add in the remaining butter and heavy cream. Now continue to stir until everything is fully incorporated. The mixture will bubble vigorously, so be cautious. The temperature will drop after you add the cream and butter, so continue to cook until the caramel reaches 240 to 245 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the perfect temperature for a soft, chewy caramel texture. You definitely don't want your caramel to be too runny or too hard. Alright, this is now done. You can now turn off the heat. I forgot to mention to line a 10 by 7 inch baking pan with parchment paper. You should do this before cooking the caramel. Now carefully pour the caramel into the pan. Let it cool completely before refrigerating for at least 4 hours. I left mine in the fridge overnight because I find it much easier to work with once it's fully set and firm. And this is what it looks like the next day. The caramel should be smooth, glossy, and nicely set. Once you take the caramel out of the fridge, it's best to work as quickly as you can. You don't want to handle it too much because the warmth from your hands will soften it and make it harder to work with. Now cut the caramel into 32 equal pieces. I find this size gives you the perfect bite, but you can make them smaller or larger depending on your preference. Before cutting, check that the parchment paper isn't adherent to the caramel. If it is, just carefully peel it off. It's better to peel it off now than later because you might damage the shape. Feel free to keep watching or skip ahead to the part where we coat the caramels in chocolate. Now spread them out evenly on a baking pan, leaving a little space between each piece. These are pretty much ready to be coated in chocolate. Go ahead and place them back in the fridge while you prepare your chocolate. You can use either milk chocolate or dark chocolate for this recipe. Personally, I prefer dark chocolate for its richer, less sweet flavor. Now melt 10 ounces of dark chocolate either over a pot of simmering water or in the microwave. If you're using the microwave, heat the chocolate in 20 to 30 second intervals, stirring in between each one until it's smooth and fully melted. If you're melting chocolate over simmering water, make sure you're using a heat-proof bowl. And also make sure the bowl doesn't touch the water. Stir continuously until the chocolate is smooth and fully melted. Take your caramel pieces out of the fridge and have some flaky sea salts ready for finishing. Now place a caramel piece into the chocolate. Then use 2 forks to coat it evenly, lift it out, and gently tap off any excess before placing it back onto the baking pan. Now generously sprinkle some flaky sea salt on top while the chocolate is still wet. After, repeat the process with the remaining caramel pieces. I'll do a few more pieces to show you how it's done. And just like that, your chocolate-covered caramels are done. Once the chocolate has fully set, you'll have that perfect bite, a smooth chocolate shell with a soft, stretchy caramel center. These are great for gifting, sharing, or honestly, just keeping all to yourself. If you enjoyed this recipe, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. I know you've seen this in the beginning of the video, but I want to show it again because look how magical. Honestly, you can't beat that stretch and pull.